Mr. Kelkar, I'm going to come to you first. Good afternoon and thank you so much for joining us on the special curtain raiser on the rate cut that we're having right here. Why don't you give us a sense of how positively the markets are reacting to the likelihood of a 25 basis points rate cut likely to happen, and how the markets would probably even react if we go further deep into this repo rate cut and maybe a 50 basis points rate cut could be announced, and how the markets would have an implication on that move.
Good afternoon. Now, if we look at, let's talk technically first, and then I'll come down to the implications. If what announcement Mr. Urjit Patel comes with, and what are the statements if and buts. So let's talk about technicals first. If I look at the Nifty chart, I can see a very good support or buying potential level at 8085. Till the time Nifty is above 8085, I see a bullish momentum will control the markets. After an announcement, if Nifty breaches 8,200 marks after a policy announcement, if the Nifty breaches 8,200 marks on the higher side, then it will trigger a fresh buying momentum in the markets, which can take the Nifty to at around 8,325 odd levels. So now this is all about technicals, which we can see on the charts. Now coming back to the policy announcements. 25 basis point rate cut is expected by the markets, and which is factored in the current market price. So if only 25 basis point rate cut is announced, I don't see much of momentum or the price movement in the markets. But if the 50 basis point rate cut is announced, then definitely it will trigger a fresh buying, and the Nifty will see a fresh bullish momentum in overall markets. Along with rate cut, I would be looking for the statements which Mr. Urjit Patel will come up with. Now these guidance would be very important for the next course of action of the indices or overall Indian markets. Now there would be 2-3 different scenarios which I can think of. The first one is 25 basis point rate cut along with negative statements. If at all these are negative statements come from RBI, then definitely markets will slip down immediately. 50 basis point rate cut with positive statements and guidelines, I will see immediate reaction within next 2 trading sessions. The Nifty can go to around 8325 as mentioned earlier.